Hello, this is wmpyr here to make a video for Professor Bram Frank. Why? Because you could find him on Instagram and he is posting videos, very, I feel like insightful, great videos that will help you out with your training in Filipino martial arts, understanding the blade arts, the Filipino way, and just martial arts, self-defense in general. So he's posting tons of videos that you could watch, free, and it has a lot of great information, very valuable information that's loaded with his experience and whatnot. So he's nice enough to share that. So I'm just this is my way of saying thank you and talking about his knife. Okay, so this is the LLC Drone, which is the trainer. So it doesn't have the there's no blade on here. Okay, so this is great just because you could use this as a fidget tool. Okay, so even if you're not a martial arts person, you're not a Filipino martial arts guy, just having a knife like this and then just practicing. So first you could start off with this right here, the spoon clip, and then there's the divot over here, the post and the hole. So there's 1 and 2. If you guys can see, there's 2 right there, and over here, this acts as the equivalent to the other side, and then right here, so the spoon clip. So there's essentially 2. So with it, it's for grip changing, so you just practice. You can be watching TV and try both. Try the second one right here. Try the one that's all the way at the bottom here, and use that to practice your grip changing from going to standard back to the reverse, So try different fingers. Now I'm using my middle finger and thumb, or you could use pointer finger and thumb. So try that as well. And you just, once again, watching something, and there's no fear here because this is a drone. It's a trainer. So, and then the other one is to do this right here. It has a relatively thin profile for a knife this size. As you can see, this is flat. It's flat. And that is because my understanding is one of Professor Bram Frank's knives that he got early on that he really liked was a flat, thin profile knife. So anyway, use it to practice flipping like so. Boom, boom. So you could just be watching TV and work on this, work on that. The next, of course, now we can go into opening the knife using the triangle hole right there. And one of the things that I just heard him say in one of those Instagram videos is that when you press against the hole on the inside using your thumb to open it, which is pretty conventional, but it's not a circle like Spyderco, but because it's a triangle, you're always going to have a flat side pressing against you, giving like a little bit more space, leverage there. So, that's also interesting. So practice that as well. And then, of course, we could disengage the lock. When you disengage the lock first, it goes downwards, as you can see. So if the blade is horizontal right here, you can see how much the blade, the handle comes down compared to the blade. So it's a pistol grip shape. So this is the trigger finger area. It's right here, thumb for the support. And then you have your bottom 3 wrapping around right there. Okay, and then you use your thumb to disengage the lock. So it's all one-handed. And then you shake right there. Your pointer finger prevents the blade from chopping off your fingers. So it catches right there. And then, of course, you could close it, or from right here, from that same position we were at, you could set it back to where it's ready to go, and then disengage again and set it back. So he was showing this, demonstrating this like you're holding a firearm, and then you disengage the lock, and then back on again. Disengage, back. So this will help you in the middle course of action, that you could do stuff like that if necessary. So, of course, what this is famous for is using the ramp to do a kinetic opening like that, where you hook things on the ramp. And just that alone, you can find all kinds of different things to try on. Just be careful, even though this is a drone, it still has it still has the teeth, as you can see, for gripping, and that's also for catching the limbs like this. So practice that as well. Practice on yourself and hook onto the limbs. It has a very strong puzzle lock. So there you go. So you can test it out like so and come back right here, disengage the lock, close it, and now this is also designed to be used in the closed position. So, you know, once again, fidget tool. You could just be doing all kinds of stuff just because this knife has so many different features. And so pressure points, you know, try finding some areas to see which one's more sensitive, you know, what areas bother you more, you know, test it out on yourself. There's also scraping, which I don't recommend because, once again, even though this is a drone, you can see that it can mess you up. So there's scraping, there's digging in and twisting, and then of course you could use the ramp as leverage on the top to like bend fingers like this, or from the bottom right here, like so, okay? And then not just the ramp itself, there's areas like this now you could do pinching. You could of course do pinching with the ramp to pinch and then twist. It's not very comfortable. Same here. You could pinch and twist. You know, remember the Catholic school nuns that would get the bad student like so. You could just try it, you know, just try, experiment like so. Even this area right here, the bottom part, it's not the very bottom, but this part that's protruding, you could dig that in, you could pinch with it, you could scrape with it as well. The bottom area over here, this side, you can use for hooking, okay? It has teeth, so check that out. See how that feels. I could feel it grinding on there. And then, of course, there is striking. It is weighted, making it extra tougher for striking. Of course, pressure points as well. Scraping. Look at the teeth on there. That's some serious teeth that you could definitely use for scraping, sensitive areas and stuff like that. So, you know, once again, practice like this, and as you're just messing around like this, using this as a fidget tool where, you know, you're just watching TV, you're not even really thinking about it maybe, or maybe you are. Maybe you're going, where am I cutting? What areas of the body? How am I, you know, filleting? Am I slashing forwards, or am I pulling backwards to cut? You know, you could, of course, go into it that way, or once again, just messing around, almost like giving yourself a massage as you're watching the TV. And as you're doing that, you're already getting familiar with the tool, and you are learning the style here. You're learning that there is a style, a whole martial arts system that's put into here. So anyway, this is, once again, I think this is an amazing knife. I hate to say, you know, this knife is my favorite or not, but I mean, this is one that's very, very hard to beat. Especially also because I come from Filipino martial arts. So yeah, I am super biased. But just wanted to get this out for you guys. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.